Hello everyone, I'm Maladas and I'm here for Forsaker DingDing&Blade for PC. So the game came out today. It's developed like the name is in Chinese, but then it says Blade Lantern Studio, and then the publisher is Infinity Fun. If I'm not mistaken, it's like that. I played the demo and it was interesting, you know, visual novel with roguelite in the mix. Of course, it will end when you meet this girl, because she's like a slave and is gonna be sold to someone. And our character sees it, and it's when it ends. So yeah, adventure genre. I don't know what else that, but we aren't this. Oh yeah, because there was this like, yeah, I forgot that there's like each one has a chapters, and then you can play with other characters because to see the story, I think it is. I forgot about that. The plot is in 3 stages, namely unlocked state. There will be a lock marked code, pending VM. There will be a VM icon on the code. Click to enter corresponding plot. VM start, display code. Okay, we need to start like this. Prologue, glow bugs. Of course, this is gonna be the part of them. Darkness, a sea of darkness. Dong, dong, dong. A faint knocking sound echoes from afar. It's like a heartbeat, a drum beat, or a knock at the door. Dong, dong, dong. Knocking at the door of fate. When I think about it now, I guess that day was some sort of fateful day. But those living through it didn't know. They could only sit there and take whatever bad luck came their way. Or, dong, dong, dong. The knocking fades away like a receding tide, replaced by a human voice calling out, Ian, Ian, Ian. It's like, oh shit. Ian, the red-haired boy, snaps his eyes open. Right in front of him is his friend Dai's face. Whoa! Startled by the large face, Ian jerks back, taking a sharp breath. Dai frowned, pursued his lips, straightened up, tilted his chin, and brushed his waxy blue hair. What's with that look? Girls will kill to wake up to a face as handsome as mine. Ian rolls his eyes and stands up. Yeah, they will kill to be scared to death by you, huh? Dai makes it sound. I'm the one who's freaked out. I've been calling your name forever, and you didn't even blink. Dai's words snap Ian back to that hazy dream. He can't recall the details, but a heavy feeling lingers in his heart, refusing to fade. Noticing Ian's silence, Dai tilts his head, studying Ian's face. You look like hell. Nightmare or something? Ian shakes his head. Can't remember. It's just this heavy feeling in my heart, like something big is coming. Why bother? In this crazy world, who knows if we will even make it to tomorrow? Nothing shocks me anymore. The words are blunt, but they ring true. Ian decides to let it go and change the subject. Well, what did V2 want with you so early? Come on, he's my boss, man. Yeah, you can call him whatever when it's just us, but when the others are around, call him Lord V2, okay? Just do me a solid, bro. Well, never mind that for now. Dai leans in, glances around, whispers mysteriously. Bro, we are about to hit big. Haha. What? Check this out. Only then does Ian see the medium-sized bag that he carries. Dai takes the bag off, unties the rope, and opens it wide to reveal a severe hand. The thumb and fingers curl together, but the index finger sticks out, pointing straight at Ian's face. Ian frowns and looks away. That finger posture gives him the creeps, looking super uneasy and almost making him gag. What's this? A Forsaker's hand. Surprise, huh? Neither have I seen something this rare. The boss grabbed it from those little lords. Heard a lot of people die trying to get it. Ian's jaw drops and any sense of disgust fades. He looks down at the hand again. Forsakers are man-eating monsters. He's heard the stories, but he's never seen anything related to them before. The boss called me over this morning to deliver this to the eastern town. There is an underground core refiner there. It may look like a gross chunk of meat now, but once the core refiner squeezes out the last bit of fell and turns it to a car, boom! Big money. When it sells, the boss will cut me in. Just thinking about it makes me, I'll finally clear my debt with you. Might even toss him some extra, call it interest, haha. Ian frowns. Since when do you get such sweet deals? Doesn't your boss usually send Wild Dog and his guys for stuff like this? I just told you, remember? Some died during the grab. It was Wild Dog and his guys. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? A guy as talented as me? I meant for bigger things, just you wait and see. Dai ties up the bag and continues. Why the long face? What do you take me for? I'm just the boss errands boy, doing the grunt work and scrapping by. Never messed with anything dirty. I'm not Wild Dog and his lot. Not one of them has clean hands. And hey, I didn't steal this job. No guilty here. Ian sighed. Why are you so worked up? I'm not feeling sorry for them. I'm just worried this cool gig might get you killed. Everyone's jealous of who lands this gig. Who knows who actually killed Wild Dog? Alright, I'll go to Eastern Town with you. This place is a mess. I can't let you go alone. They throws an arm around Ian's shoulder. I knew it, hehe. You'll never let me face this alone. Ian dodged his arm. I'm just worried I'll never get my money back if you kick the bucket. They grins and nudged closer. Come on, don't worry about it. We are brothers, ain't we? Gotta look out for each other. Come on, move it. No time to waste. Early start, early cash, early home. They tossed the bag over his shoulder again, dragging Ian with his arm. Their voice blended with loud and sighs as they bicker and banter, fading until they disappear at the trail's end. Trying to be fast to see new content. You know. I don't remember being like this, I'm gonna be honest. Oh wait, this is same. Ugh. Wait, but yeah, but this is different. It wasn't like this, they changed it. How? Turn on. They changed it how you see it now. Okay, you need to go like this. Okay. It wasn't like that. Chapter 1. Fate. After a grueling fight, the Chill finally fended off the monsters and ducked behind a massive boulder, gasping for breath and they leaned against each other. Damn, I'm beat. These monsters just won't quit, coming at us in waves. What, they out enjoying this weather, throwing us a damn parade. It's never ending. Gee, my hair's a mess now. Ian catches his breath and grumbles. Who picked this path anyway? You didn't say no, did you? Damn, if you don't make it to the Guardian camp before dark, we'll be toast before we even get close to Easter Town. Quit whining. Just ditch that thing in your bag. The monsters are all after it anyway. Ditch it? Are you kidding? It's money and my ticket to survival. If the boy finds out, we'll be weeding my grave next year. Well, how about a deal? Give me 100 silver shields and I'll dump this cursed thing, then hit the road and make my fortune. Tell that old chief when I strike it rich, I'll buy him 100 wigs and dump them on his head. That will shut him up about blaming me for his baldness. He didn't have much to lose anyway. Pay back what you owe me first and we'll talk. Seriously? 100 silver shields? Wait, I only owe you. Whoa, I knew it! You have been hiding a stash from me, and you were pretending to be broke. Not cool, man. Well, I'm going back to the village. Go handle this yourself. Hey, come on, Ian. You can't just let your main debtor walk into danger. If I die, who's gonna pay you back? Keeping me safe is keeping your money safe. Be a responsible creditor. Before he can finish, Ian raised a hand to cut him off. Quiet down. Look over there. Is that... There he shades his eye and squints for a moment. On the other side of the woods, a faint, translucent phantom sigil floats above the treetops. Hey, that's the Guardian camp. He grins and bursts into laughter. Ha ha ha, told you make it, haha. Well, who was it that said we were doomed just now? Hey, things change, lighten up, don't be so hard on your bro. Let's go, we'll be safe once we hit the camp. They will look half dead a second ago, now perks up, he grabs Ian and drags him forward. Hey, quit pulling me, will you? Use it today is the match, Ian grumbles but doesn't resist. They keep moving, rushing past the boundary and into the camp. Finally safe, they collapse onto the ground and catch their breath. The Guardian camp, as its name implies, is a defensive barrier set up by the Divine Corpse Church, the supreme sect of Hell, and to protect adventurers from monsters and the Forsakers at night. Inside the camp, a few other adventurers arrive early and scatter around. They cast a brief, indifferent glance at Ian and Daze, but say nothing. Phew, that was close. Lucky at Agalon, all will be dead, not rich. The unexpected residual fell from the Forsaker remains to attract so many monsters. Hope this barrier is strong enough. He looks up at the phantom sigil floating above. They raise an eyebrow. It will end up monster and regular Forsakers, right? Can't say it for stronger ones though, but will even come to this godforsaken place. Not worth their time. Well, if some big shot shows up, bring it on. I wanna see what they got. Ian shoots him a glare. Stop, don't jinx it. Relax, don't be so worked up. Look, see that sacred charm, a level 3 spell, fancy stuff, you know. Shield the divine corpse will protect us. Ian's eyes widened slightly. Never knew you were such a devout believer after all this time. Hey, don't mess with the gods. The Jew falls silent for a moment. Wait, seriously? You're for real? Ian's eyes widen. His friend's never been one to take things seriously. There he stays quiet, sitting cross-legged, with his eyes down. Thumb rubbing the almost dried monster blood on his other hand. After a long pause, he finally speaks. Well, I've been saving up too. Before he can finish, sudden footsteps hit the roof, and the camp welcomes new visitors. A sturdy land beast pulls a massive cage, guided by an elderly man in black robes, slowly enters the barrier and stopping not far from the Jew. The cage is packed with ragged people, men, women, old and young. Some wrap themselves in dirty robes, while others, disheveled and barefaced, gaze out with dull, lifeless eyes. What's that? Slaves, probably. There's a slave market in Easter Town. Boss say they auction them off monthly. Guess we are catching the show. Ian Harley leaves the village. The farthest he's been in is Easter Town. He's seen slaves following their masters in town, but never like this, jammed and crammed in a cage like animals. Gazing at their state, Ian whispers, "No one's born a slave. Were they taken or tricked by slavers?" They seem stirred by the sight too, letting out a long sigh. In this cruel world, ordinary folk starve to death one day and get killed the next. It's just dying inside the cage or outside. That's that. No one remembers, not much difference. They. Alright, let's drop it. Time for bed. We'll leave early tomorrow. He waves a hand, lying back and resting his head on his backpack. Ian hesitates and stays silent, his gaze shifting away from the prisoner cart. He stares ahead, lost in thought. Night falls. Day is already asleep, but Ian struggles to drift off. He tosses and turns, trying to different positions, but sleep won't come. With a sigh, he sits up slowly. The campfire's out. In this pitch-black night, Ian sees only the vague figures of people lying on the ground, and the prisoner cart shows a shadowy outline, darker than the night itself. Ian stares blankly at those shadowy figures. The breeze caresses his face, carrying the scent of the forest. With the breeze, a stray glowbug drifts in, its yellow glow flickering and weaving through the air, floating past Ian's ear and making its way toward the prisoner cart. Dong! Ian's heart skips a beat. Yellow glow. It reminds him of the dream from this morning. Ian's grip tightens involuntarily as he watches the glowbug approach the prisoner cart in the shadows, hovering near the rear and floating up and down, refusing to leave. Without faint, the glow illuminates the cart's rear bar. Slowly, a slender arm emerges from the darkness, reaching out between the bars. In an instant, a gleam slices through the darkness. The glow bug dances and weaves its way up, tracing the fingers, wrist, forearm, and upper arm, spiraling like a gentle serpentine embrace. The intricate patterns on the end, bracelet and arm flicker and fade, slowly unfolding, drawing Ian's eyes deeper and deeper from his vision straight into his soul. Ian's breath caught. All he hears is the pounding of his heart, echoing loudly in his ears. Dong, dong, dong. His heart is in a vice, struggling to burst with each pounding beat that leaves him dizzy. Ian is overwhelmed but can't tear his eyes away, gazing deeply into this enigmatic, pale revelation shrouded in timeless, eternal darkness. The glowbug halts at the edge of the bars, drifting back down the arm to rest on the finger. The fingers gently caress the glowbug. Then the thumb and other fingers slowly curl, leaving the index finger extended. Suddenly, it snaps around, pointing straight at Ian. It's the same pose as the severe hand in the back. Dong! Ian's chest tightens in horror, his mind exploding, shattering the accounting visions and the floating glowbug into fragments. He screams and jolts upright, nearly crashing to the ease in front of him. "Gee, what's going on with you lately? Every time I wake you up, you give me a heart attack." "What?" Ian's still in a daze. The sunlight piercing through his eyes. The place is empty, with no adventure in sight, and no prisoner cart anywhere. "Those people last night." They shrugs. "Gone. Couldn't wake you, boss. We left hours ago. Oh well, guess we are playing catch up now. Perfect. Come on, speed it up. With the sun high, fewer monsters are out. We gotta move fast and make it to town before dark." "Yeah." Ian is still a bit dazed. The prisoner cart, the glowbug, the arm. He can't tell what was real or a dream, or what any of it means. All he can do is follow his friend's lead and keep running. I think I chose the one that is only story. I think. Because... let me only check here one thing. Yeah, I was playing only the one that was... only story. This is the one that you have, because they have two separate. You have the story, only visual novel, and you have the visual novel with the combat. That is this one. So I want to see, in here, was there skip? Okay, well, like that I can do the battle, because I already saw the story. What the hell, a banana? I don't remember being a banana. When the character action power is greater than or equal to the card, consumer card. Oh yeah, you have... can do this. Yeah, they are healing. Could do that. I'm gonna lose some health, but I think I can kill him. Deal 5 damage can hand plus 3 damage per AP. I'm gonna do this one. Yeah, we want this. Because you then can upgrade to get this stuff. Eight. There we go. The next attack card triggers 1 extra time. That's not bad, but this one is the Battle Fury. Trap shop. We're gonna go for another battle. Deal 12 damage, upgrade for 9 times, play 2 times, no limit. Oh, X Fury. Plus X Battle Fury plus remove. I think this is the number for that. I think I'm gonna for this. Random event. Upgrade. I think I'm going for one of the blocks, probably. Like that costs 0. Heal. Stop yelling, motherfucker! Here we go. Idiot level up. Start 2 HP when a card is removed. That's not bad. Uh, okay, clear, and in here, let me check. Skip story 1, yes. Random event. Rock. Okay. Nice. I won rock, paper, scissors. You will obtain enough holy shields to you can increase here. We go for elite. It's the bananas. Level up! So in here? No, it's only in here. Fighting spirit. Yeah, I think I'm going for that one. La banana. Oh, that's not bad. If I kill, I get that. Upgrade, yeah, I'm gonna upgrade. Hey, it wasn't this one, it was to do more damage, it's not bad. Get Battle Bond, cost you a pay, gain 1 barrier move. Heal! Not long after leaving, the camp monsters close in again. The two fight and run, notching and weaving as they push forward. Despite the constant troubles, Easter Town finally comes into view. Days worry and cast a wary glance around, muttering, "If you hadn't slept in, we had been here hours ago." Ian sighed. "So we got to catch up for last time. If we are late, Oni whines on me." "Oni wine? That's fancy. Or better yet, just give me 100 silver shields now. When I hit it big, we'll be rolling benefits. Think big picture, buddy. Piss off. 90 silver shields then. Come on, don't be such a tightwad at your age. Look, a guy's got to spend to earn big." Ian wished he could stuff his ears with a cloth. A man these talkative selves to be captured by monsters and silence for good. But no monsters show up, and they keep yapping all the way to Easter Town. After wandering around and asking out the town, they finally find the hidden wine cellar in an alley. As they step inside, they bump into a towering figure. They have to look up to his face, but the sight leaves them stunned. Standing nearly 2 meters tall, this man sports a funny pink hat, resembling a big capped iron tower in the bar. With sleepy eyes, he lazily wipes a glass with a cloth while casting them a casual glance. "Yoo-hoo! You can't just barge into the Hermit's place, boys. This is the finest wine cellar in Easter Town, not a place for punks like you. And even if you are here for a drink." Hermit lowers his voice, winking his left eye. "You got to be here at night. Dave's eyes sparkle as he leans on the bar. Oh, night drinks are different from the day ones? Yo, of course. Day drinks are the sharp blades, but night drinks are soaking the nectar of the night blooms. Day looks like he's found a kindred spirit. Whoa, Hermit, tell me more about the night. We're not here for drinks. Buzzkill. Hermit lazily wipes another glass. Yo, it's quite a disgrace for non-drinkers to come to a wine cellar and ignore all this wine vintage. Besides, I got an appointment, but my guest appears to be a no-show. With that, Hermit stretches his neck to take a peek outside. Day leans in, shoving Ian aside, flashing a big, sincere smile. Well, oh, Rule, totally wasting your time. A rule breaker probably doesn't have much worth taking. Never mind them, check this out instead. They didn't take off the bag. He was just moving it from his back to his chest and pulled open a corner of the bag towards the boss. Herman leans on the counter and peers inside. Whoa, a Forsaker severe hand. Well, they ties up the bag and slings it back over his shoulder. So, rest off, huh? Cost me 5 silver shields just to bribe the great guards to bring it in. Hermit pursues his lips and shrugs. The car was stripped from that corpse long ago. This arm, just a chunk of waste. You could twist it like a rope and won't get a drop of felt. Holding green orange like you would treat it like a treasure. They grins and rubs his hands together. Oh, not even this impress you, you. A true expert, huh? Guess we came to the right place. Sipping fine wine, forging cards. Maybe come back tonight for some nectar, hehehe. Hermit chuckles, his pink hat wobbling on his head. Yo, of course, I've forged as many fell cards as I've collected nectar. You got good taste, Key. I like that. Tell you what, 500 silver shields, special discount. They smile fridge. What? Hermit blows on the wine glass and wipes it down with a cloth. Even a lower grade Forsaker like this goes for 600 silver shields out there. 500 is a steal, and that's just cause I like you. If your buddy here asks, I will charge him 1,000. Well, feeling touched? Dave forced a smile, tapping the counter with his hand. 500, we haven't even had a drink yet, and you're already talking nonsense. 500 could get you a whole corpse forge. This is just a severe hand, 50 is more than fair. And didn't you just call this thing common? Now you are charging like it's rare? Hermit squints one eye, holding the glass up to the other and peering inside. Then he shifts his gaze over to Dave. What, got a problem? Yo-ho! I thought you have good taste, but clearly you've never seen the real thing. What's worth anything here isn't that trash, it's my craftsmanship. No coin, then get lost, and forget cork fine, I won't even sell you a drink. A flick of anger crossed his face, but he quickly composed himself, forcing out another smile. Haha, come on, overcharging is just a bad business. Got to keep customers coming back, right? Besides, just a hand, not a whole body. From an expert like you, it's a breeze. Alright, how about this? I'll bump it to 60. Just toss it in when you are forging other Forsakers on. Ha, easy breezy. Time and effort saved. Hermit puts down his glass and flashes a bright smile at Dave. Yo, such a brilliant idea. Why didn't I think of that? It's just right, well, makes things easier, right? Ha. Well, how about you take my job then? Hermit's smile drops, his gaze turning cold. If it's so easy, why don't you handle it yourself? I hate paupers, especially clueless ones. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Forget what I said earlier. 800 silver shields are no deal. 800? Dave's eyes widen. Yo-ho, that's the price. Can't afford it? Get lost. That's the rule. Rules, eh? Fine, here's your 800. Take it. Dave's face darkens as he slams his money pouch onto the counter. Hermit glances at the flat pouch, but doesn't reach for it. You kidding? That's not even close. That's 800 right there. Count it yourself. Trying to scam me, huh? Looking for trouble? He rolls up his sleeves. Dave chuckles. I paid, right? Don't push your luck. Count it on now. If it's short, well, this place doesn't look too safe. I'll keep you safe for a few days and call it even for the protection fee. Hermit's eyebrows shoot up, and his hair bristling so hard that tilts his pink hat. How dare you? A punk trying to shake me down? You think my muscles are just for show? Haha, protect me? You are way out of your league. Dave sneers, pulling out the severe hand and pointing its raised index finger at Hermit's head. Guess I gotta flash some skills, huh? For forging your thing, but protection, that's my specialty. Hermit swings a fist straight at Dave's face, determined to throw the punk out of his shop. But the fist on his toss caught midair by a hand. Ian holds steadily against the massive fist, his gaze fixed on its owner. Boss, we are not looking for trouble, but this hand needs to be forged today, otherwise he won't leave. Name a fair price, let's not make this ugly. A flick of surprise crossed Hermit's eyes. He didn't expect his punch to be caught so easily, but it's gone in an instant. Good cop, bad cop, huh? Doesn't matter. Either way, someone's gonna hit the deck. With that, Hermit swings his other fist straight at Ian. Oh shit. We can go for battle. we go. Yeah. Bloodlust? Can do that and upgrade. Can you upgrade? It's 25, I have 25, 24. Jesus Christ. Damage, it would be great. Unfortunately, I cannot kill it. Unfortunately, I couldn't kill it. No, what the hell is that noise? Holy shit. Well, this guy is always appearing this time. Well, that guy was always appearing. Is that like a safety for you to not lose? Was it? I wonder. Hermit was knocked down by Ian. Hermit lies on the floor, clutching his nose and groaning. His pink hat knocked aside. They raise an eyebrow. Well, looks like the boss hit the deck first. How's that for protection, huh? Good enough for you? Tears well up in Hermit's eye. Yo, I get rules 50 silver shields. Now we are talking. See, it wasn't so hard, was it? Friendly deals mean repeat customers. Here, take the deposit. They shakes out the silver shields, counts them and tosses them onto the counter. Half now, the rest when you check the goods. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Then he crouched down and flashed a green at Hermit. Boss, sir, I can trust you, yeah? No cutting corners, no extra surprise. A pro like you won't make things hard for me, would you? Hermit shakes his head hard, eyes brimming with tears. Good, then I'll rest easy. I'll definitely try your signature brew when we are back. The night one, don't worry. I'll pay. Dai flashes a satisfying smile, shaking Hermit's hand with severe hand, then stands up and walks out the wine cellar with Ian. They navigate through the alley and back onto the street. They lets out a long breath and glances at his partner. That old swindler trying to rip me off. He doesn't know whom he's messing with. No way I'll come here without knowing the price. My boss will skin me alive. I slip it up. Alright, you didn't get her, did you? He's so strong. Ian shoots him a look. Thanks, took you long enough to ask. Come on, I'm just worried about you. Fine, next time it's my turn to worry about you then. Ian fires back, then Potts realizes something. You say you will come back for drinks in 2 weeks. Where are you getting the money for that? Ah, well, I got you here, don't I? Hey, you are the one who said you'll buy me a drink. Forget that, I'm gonna grab some stuff. It's not every day we come to town. We can turn a profit by taking some goods back to the village. Before Ian can react, he dives into the crowd. Ian wants to ask if they is planning to dip into his boss money, but they is already gone. Shaking his head lightly, he considers finding a spot to nap. Then a knocking sound reaches his ear. Dong, dong, dong. Ian stops before he can focus. The sound comes again. Dong, dong, dong. This isn't an illusion. Ian hesitates for a moment, then heads towards the source of the sound. Turning the corner, he sees the fountain square of Easter Town ahead. The poolside is crowded with people, and at its center stands a wooden stage, as tall as 2 men. Guards clad in leather armor, wielding spears and shields, patrol around, occasionally shooing away those who get too close. A muscular man stands at the stage head, striking a large drum with drumsticks. Dong, dong, dong. The thunderous beats drawing passerby, captivating their attention. At the stage center sits a huge cage crammed with people cloaked in tattered robes. Their face and bodies are concealed, revealing only the iron rings and chains encircling their necks. Is this a slave auction? Ian stops. As an old man in black steps onto the wooden stage, the drumming stops. Ian stares at him for a moment, then his eyes widen. It's him, the black-clad escort from the slave cart. Memories of last night's surreal encounter float back, and Ian can't help but glance at the cage. Could the owner of that bracelet be in there too? The old man slowly circles the area, giving a slight bow to the crowd. Then he walks to the cage, pulling someone out with a chain and shoving them to the front. People below rise on their toes and crane their necks. With a slight motion, the old man yanks off that person's robe. In that very moment, Ian's heart tightens. But before Ian's eyes stands a short, slender man. His upper torso wobbles as the robe is yanked off, almost causing him to lose his balance, but the old man slightly tightens his chain, steadying him. Then the man's head drops weakly. The man's hand bore neither bracelet nor markings. Ian let out a breath that he hadn't realized he was holding, unsure why he would be so tense. The old man bows to the crowd again, then grabs the man's hair, forcing him to raise his head. Pain distorts the man's face. Esteemed gentlemen, lovely ladies, I'm your devoted servant, the carter, and I'm here to extend my warmest greetings to you all. This is a carefully selected treasure. If it sparks any of your interest, it will be our greatest honor. Look here, my lords, take them home. For just 20 silver shields, or perhaps a bit more, you can own this slave and his loyalty. Yes, loyalty. They will serve you with eternal devotion, even their life. You'll be his master, his god. Come now, my lords. Your humble servant here awaits, ready to bow in dirt, in awe of your generosity, your greatness. What's all this crazy talk? Look at him, he's half dead, won't even last a day, let alone do any work. Ah, my lords, here's the thing. This man hails from the Red Rock clan of the Banished Land. He might be an unfamiliar face around here, but quite common in the capital. And their blood is a treasure. It restores the vigor of youth, erases wrinkles, and lets you relive the thrill of youth again. Isn't that a better deal than getting a brute up for minor labor? The man trembles violently at the old man's words. The crowd begins to whisper, Really? Don't lie to us. Rest assured, my lord, stop not our sincerity. This offering is guaranteed by my honor and life. The chatter among the people grows louder. Soon someone shouts a starting bid and another quickly raises it. Amid the old man's coaxing and the crowd's growing excitement, the price climbs through several rounds before settling with a merchant from Easter Town. The old man releases his grip on the man's hair, but the man doesn't lower his head. He stays frozen, staring blankly at the sky. The old man bows to the winning bidder. "Thank you for your generosity, my lord. Please accept the deepest respect from your most loyal servant. If you could spare a little kindness, it might extend his service to you. May you enjoy your purchase." The old man claps his hand and guards step forward, taking the chain from him. The man's legs buckle and barely able to stand, and is half dragged off the stage. The old man turns back to the cage, pulling out the next slave, and the auction continues. This was Ian's first time standing so close to a slave auction. The agony and despair of the condemned, the elder's cold cruelty, and the crowd's numb greed filled him with a deep sense of unease. Unable to stop the evil, unable to save anyone, did his powerless watching make him part of the scene? If there is a God, if this gaze truly falls upon this world, how could he allow such cruelty to exist? Maybe swift departure is the only escape from this overwhelming tide of emotions, but Ian's feet seem rotted to the ground. His gaze shifts to the cage, and a question surfaces in his mind again. Could that person be inside? If they don't show up until the end, then maybe they escaped. It was self-deceiving thought, yet once that fragile hope took root, it began to grow beyond control. Ian's lips moved in silence. He prayed, even knowing it was a lie he told himself, that the owner of that bracelet will not appear at the auction. Thus, each time the old man tore away a robe, Ian's heart tightened, relaxing slightly when it wasn't the person, only to cease again at the sight of the condemned. As the number of slaves dwindles, Ian grows more tense, his fists clenched, his breath quickening. When only one person remains in the cage, Ian's heart races wildly. The drums strike up again. Dong, dong, dong. Crowd, fooled by rounds of beating, it's a peak of friends and excitement. Come on, the next one. The person in the cage slowly rises. Dong, dong. Ian's heart hammers as if trying to burst from his chest, the drum beats growing faster. A chain hangs around their neck, and the old man guides them out of the cage. This time the old man shows unusual patience, neither forcing nor rushing, allowing them to walk to the stage stand at their own pace. The old man steps forward, gripping the rope, but doesn't pull it off immediately. The noisy crowd gradually falls silent, holding their breath in anticipation. A buzzing fills Ian's ears, making it hard to tell if it is his heartbeat or the drums. Dong! The final beat strikes like a hammer. The rope lifts. In a flash, something flickers. The metal bracelets rest on pale, delicate wrists, no longer shrouded in darkness or mystery, now glowing faintly in sunlight. Ian is struck, his mind going blank. It's over, his prayers unanswered. The worst has happened. His gaze is fixed on the bracelets and what lies beneath them. But those white arms bear no patterns. Ian blinks, stunned. Is this not the one, but the bracelets? His thoughts are tangled web of confusion. Then it hits him. He was so focused on the hands and he never saw the face. His gaze lifts. Later, Ian replayed this moment countless times, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't recall what he had seen in that split second. A fleeting dream and a shadow from another realm, intertwined with his thoughts, fantasies, and desires. Perhaps even the blinding sun above and the dancing spray from the fountain contribute to this moment, solidifying into a tangible form. Her face, her eyes, and her lips, framed by ash-grey hair, standing out of breathtaking vividness. The bracelets, the patterns, whether she's the one, it doesn't matter. No, none of this matters. It's not her identity that counts, but her very existence. She stands there, right in front of him. Whoa, she's stunning. Then he slips in beside Ian, his voice snapping Ian back to reality. Next to the old man stands a slender girl with grey hair, her robe now discarded, an iron ring and chain hanger on her neck. But these cold shackles only enhance her beauty, adding a touch of melancholy and mystery. The girl glances at the crowd, then lowers her eyes. The crowd buzzes with excitement. A stunning beauty from the unclaimed land. Need I say more? My lords, let's proceed. It's like a drop of water hitting boiling oil, with beach pouring in one after another. 200 silver, I'll pay 200. They have lost their minds. Starting this hike, most folks couldn't save that much in a decade. 200 silver shields ons. 300. Oh, we have 350. 500. Back off, she's mine. Holy, these people are nuts. The girl just stands there, eyes lower, as if the auction has nothing to do with her. The bid eats 800. 800 silver shields ons. Any more bids from our generous patrons? 800 twice. 2000 silver shields. Our overlord offers 2000. The crowd falls silent for a moment, then whispers ripple through, but no one raises the beat. Upon hearing the word overlord, the old man's smile freezes, but he quickly replaces it with more humble grin, bowing deeply. Thank you, my overlord. No gift could be more generous. This fortunate slave is yours now. As your most loyal servant, I present today finest gift, a token of our deepest respect. We hope you will like her, my overlord. Everyone gaze shifts toward the bidder, and not far from stands a bulky man with a large head, the very overlord of Easter Town. 2,000 silver shields, bold of him, but I bet he won't pay a single penny. Plenty of people lining up to kiss his boots. The overlord gaze locks onto the girl, his dark purple tongue flicking all over thick lips. He's already tasting her. Look at that beast. I've heard he's got a house full of girls, just for him and his twisted powerful friends to play with. When they are done, they toss the bodies in the wild. Now she's in his hands. Who knows what he'll do to her? Poor girl. If it were me, I would understand it quick, better than suffering and still meeting the same fate. Ian doesn't want to listen, but his words snake into his ears, poisonous and inescapable. His gaze is fixed on the girl. The wooden stage holds more than just a girl, yet it feels like she's the only one there. She stands alone at the center, as if the world has turned its back on her. This scene tears at Ian's heart. He knows she's just a stranger, a fleeting encounter. He knows nothing about her, and she doesn't know him. He can't save her, can't buy her freedom. Even if she cries for help, she's no more pitiful than the other slaves. They are poor souls, no more deserving of life than the other. Ian understands all this, yet his heart acts anyway. His mind stays clear, but he won't lie to himself about what he feels. The girl is different. Of course the girl won't cry for help, she's too obedient, too fragile. The old man tugs the chain and she follows, head bowed. The overlord grabs her shoulder and she's like a bird with clipped wings, her messy grey hair mirroring ruffled feathers. In an instant she's shoved into the carriage and disappears. The crowd lets out disappointed cries. The overlord squeezes his bulky frame into the carriage. The land beast lifts its hooves and the wheels start rolling. The ornate vehicle takes a turn and soon disappears at the end of the street. Ian drops his eyes, refuses to imagine what might happen to the girl. Like they always say, this world treats everyone equally and cruelly. Souls that pass by can only struggle on their own, too worn to meddle in each other's fates. They scratch his face, not seeing Ian distressed for once. He doesn't mock his friend. Instead, he places an arm around Ian's shoulder and gives it a reassuring pat. Some things you just can't change. Let's go. They follow the crowd and leave the square. Ian doesn't recall how he left Easter Town, but he remembers that his arm shoving him forward. Firm, insistent, not let him look back. Really? You don't even save her? Carforge? Oh. Can I prevent another one to 0? That's for 50. Can do that. Nah. Not gonna get that. I can do these. I can upgrade this one. You don't heal after? What the hell? Can't even do that. We can do this. Really, play it 2 times the rock. You play it 2 times the fucking rock? Are you kidding with me? Upon leaving Easter Town and setting their sights on return to Lufa village, the duo unexpectedly find themselves ensnared in a relentless series of baits with monsters once more. They shots in exploration. This is not right. We've already turned in that severe hand, so why are there still hordes of monsters? Don't they have anything better to do, or is my flesh just too irresistible? We are not the only travelers on this road, are we? They could at least change targets and sample a different flavor. You've been lurching it around for ages. Surely you've caught a whiff on its scent by now or something. Ew, don't say such revolting things, but it seems like they are not coming for us. Moving away from Mr. Town, Ian finally recovers a bit. Yet, a heavy stone still weighs on his heart. He doesn't want his friend to see his tension though. Plus the present demands their full attention, leaving no room for distraction. Whether they are coming for us or not, there's just too many creepy things around. It gives me the chills. Let's hurry up and get out of here. The hell I will. You bought too much. They are too heavy. The two of them are struggling under the weight of several large bags stuffed to the brim. They are not only exhausted, but whenever they encounter monsters, they have to fight while also protecting the bags from damage, making the return journey even more challenging than their arrival. They pant heavily, clearly out of breath. It feels like I'm carrying a mountain now, a golden mountain though. I got to buy enough to sell back home, or how else will I pay you back? So why the complaints, dear creator? You're not carrying my goods, you are carrying your future rich. He barely starts speaking when they suddenly lets out a surprise, huh? What's that? Ian follows the pointing finger and sees several towering trees with lush canopies. The afternoon sunlight filters through the dense leaves, creating a dappled dance of light and shadow on the ground. Ian paused briefly, jogging his memory. Were the trees this big along the road when we went to town? Hey, look! Earlier, light and shadow had obscured their view. Now, drawing near, they find countless monsters corpses under the trees. Some with teeth in others' throats, but chests pierced by claws, others having sneak attacked with tails only to have their heads crushed. Were they killing each other? Ian froze his brow. The strange behavior of these monsters stirs an inexplicable unease within, yet they, standing beside him, remain silent. The corpses of the monsters form a circle. At the center, nestling in the grass, there appears to be a small sphere of light, but upon closer inspection, it reveals itself to be a tiny mushroom, no bigger than a thumb. The mushroom's surface glows faintly, not from sun, but from mysterious hazy sparks of light. These lights drift softly, releasing a fragrant aroma into the air. Were they fighting over that mushroom? For some reason it feels the scent is remarkably similar to the aroma of the roasted meat, the kind that drifts from the homes of the wealthy, a delicious smell and they can only dream of tasting. This stirs a ravenous hunger within Ian. Before, after the slave auction, a tight knot in his chest had made him eating impossible, but now his stomach feels extremely empty, as if it is inside her alive thousands of ants. The gentle aroma of the mushroom fills the air, weaving an illusion that whispers in his ear. It tells him that only by devouring the mushroom completely and selfishly can he satisfy this intense hunger, or else his own stomach might devour him instead. Suddenly a sharp pain stabs Ian's foot, making him jolt. Instinctively he glanced down to find that his grip had unknowingly slackened, causing the goods he was clutching to tumble onto his foot. The pain somewhat distracted him from the gnawing hunger in his belly, and his mind clears slightly. There is something wrong with the mushroom. Before he can catch his breath, the sensation of hands gnawing at his heart surged back, plunging his mind into chaos. No! Ian grits his teeth, swiftly draws his sword and slashes his arm. As the blade slices through, blood flows, and the sharp pain clips his hunger. Seizing his fleeting moment of clarity, he acts without hesitation. He reached out to grab the aid next to him, eager to retreat swiftly, aware that their fleeting opportunity to escape might disappear at any moment, condemning them to the same doom as those monsters. To his astonishment, his hand clutched only empty air. Ian whips his head around, only to discover that no one is beside him. Just scattered goods strew across the ground. Could it be? Ian spins around, eyes fixed ahead. Somehow, without him noticing, he has already reached the hip of the monster corpse ahead. His steps are unsteady but unwavering. He doesn't even try to avoid the bodies. Instead, he strides right over them, each step accompanied by a sickening crunch. They! He below says his name, but there's no response. Ian's heart drops. It appears the mushroom must ensnare his mind. He must devise a plan to awaken him. Shouting provides futile, yet Ian hesitates to approach him rashly. If he silently sleeps once more, rushing it won't rescue the. Instead, both might become embroiled in a perilous battle, just like those creatures had. Without a moment to spare, they is already in circle, a mere step from the mushroom. Ian braces himself and drives his sword into his own shoulder, carving a deep crimson gash. Blood mists into the air, and the excruciating pain obliterates all other sensations. You are going to owe me big for this, Dai. Ian belows, charging forward with all his might, seeming about to grab a Dai. Just as Ian and is about to reach its target, it abruptly halted, unable to extend further. The monsters that had been lying dormant on the ground suddenly leap up, forming an imposing barrier between them. The other monsters previously thought to be long dead rise in a twisted, unnatural way. As if obeying in an invisible order, they ignore the A completely. Their sole focus is on Ian, seizing his arms and legs with a fierce grip, tangling his sword and determined to thwart his advance. They arrives at the mushroom. Light speckles scatter from its surface as it swells swiftly, reaching the height of a person. A slit gradually appears as its body dark as ink, like a slender doorway opening to an enigmatic abyss. The slit twists and swallows the hole. Ian, in a frenzy, slashes his sword through the writhing limbs of the monsters wrapping around him. But even more surge forth. Between the gaps, I catch a glimpse of his friend's face, half emerged from the slit, with an expression of endless intoxication. "Tai!" Ian unleashed a piercing roar, so sharp it feels like his very soul is bleeding. Silence answered him. Dai has been utterly devoured. The slit seals shut, and the mushroom convulses, pulsing in and out, trembling violently. A dark red liquid resembling blood slowly trickles down the mushroom body, seeping into the earth. Suddenly, without any warning, the mushroom detonates. The incomplete monsters shatter into fragments under the intense force. Ian is hurled violently against the massive tree, feeling as if his internal organs have shifted. The pain is so excruciating that he can't even utter a sound, and earblood coughs up a mouthful of blood. Yet this pain keeps him from passing out right away. After a few tries, he finally props himself up with great effort, but standing is still a distant goal. He lifts his gaze, his vision still a hazy blur. All around chaos reigns, a jumbled mess of a turmoil. Thankfully, his sword rests silently, just within the reach of his grasp. Ian pauses to catch his breath, inching forward on his hands and knees and stretching out for his sword. Just as his fingers graze the hilt, a foot crashes down from above, smacking the back of his hand. Startled, Ian looks up to find his friend, just consumed by the mushroom, gazing at him with bloodshot eyes and blank expression. Is it a boss fight? I wonder. Shop. She's still talking. Oh, I don't have that much money. Damn, that was a waste. Oh, I probably will level up, right? Probably I will take that. I don't know what I'll move a car upgrade. I need to know is what the hell it is, fighting spirit. Can't I upgrade? That's maxed out. Whoa, what the hell is this? Nice, I was able to do that card. Was a little bit greedy. Oh, you need to fight against him. Oh, Jesus. He was always increasing the damage. Whoa, this one can execute, but you add one, like, fuck that. Like, no, no, no. Has a recognizable silhouette looms ahead. They? Yes, it's they. They. Yet, he remains in response and returning to face Ian. Instead, he strides forward, heading straight towards the massive shadowy abyss that lay ominously before them. They. Ian's heart races with anxiety. He yearns to dash over and says they, yet his long legs remain frozen. Desperately, he pounds them. Move! But his legs refuse to obey, not even a toe twitch. Helplessly, he watches as his friends vanish into the abyss. Ian desperately sees his struggle, bewildered as a scorching heat spreads through his groin. Something begins to swell and squirm between his legs. He looks down to find the area blazing like a red-hot brand, eliciting a blood-curdling scream. As his cry reverberates, a dazzling golden bird erupts from his trousers. It radiates a blinding light, flaps its wings with wild intensity, and soars upward in a frenzied arc, diving into the endless darkness until it vanishes completely. Ian's eyes snap open. The sunlight above avoids the canopy, landing straight on his face. No wonder it's so bright. He squints, rubbing his forehead as he sits up. That dream. Ian remains silent for a moment, then slowly raises his hands. He tugs his trousers down slightly, peering inside. No way. His trembling fingers over at his waistband. He tugs all his strength to suppress the scream clawing its way up from his nightmare. This can't be real. He checks repeatedly, prods cautiously, and finally concedes defeat. His shoulders slump, heavy with despair. How much more of this madness? An oppressive cloud of inky exhaustion envelopes him, thick and stifling. Just days ago, on the return journey from Mr. Town, his personality dramatically changed after encountering a peculiar mushroom. He seemed possessed and his strength became terrifyingly immense. Ian employed every trick in his arsenal to escape from his grasp. Then they vanished without a trace, despite the fear that his friend might be demonized and could strike again. Ian is resolute in not abandoning him. On the edge of and biting his own pain, he impatiently scoured the forest for days, yet discovering nothing. Ian wonders if they has returned to the village. With no other clues, he decides to head back to Lufa village first. Unfortunately, there is no news of they there either. Ian trudges up to the big tree at the village entrance, his usual sleeping spot, where they will always come to wake him. Exhausted from several sleepless nights, Ian sits under the tree, unable to fight off fatigue any longer. He falls into a deep sleep. Before falling asleep, he wonders if perhaps slumber will bring day back to awake him once more. But day doesn't return. At this sleep presents a severe issue. Not only does he suffer a nightmare, upon awaking he has completely vanished. Remembering the bird in his dream that flew away with no backward glance or second thought, Ian lets out a deep sigh. One bizarre event after another has overwhelmed him, leaving him drained both physically and mentally. He feels clueless about how to uncover the reasons behind it all and just wish for a swift resolution. While he's lost in thought, he thinks he hears someone calling his name. Ian glances up to see a middle-aged man approaching, leaning on a cane. The man is bald with a round head, slightly overweight, and sports a large beard tied with a thin string, reminiscent of an upside-down feather duster on his chest. Ian? Chief? Ian stands up. What are you doing here? Still haven't found the AE yet? No, not yet. The village chief lets out a grunt. He didn't escape with Lord Veach's money, did he? That's not possible. The village chief gives Ian a sideways look. So, did he swindle you and vanish with your money? Chief. Ian feels a bit helpless, but it's true that AE owes him money, but... Chief, your prejudice against him is too strong. You've watched him grow up. Surely you know if he'll do something like that or not. That was ages ago. Since his parents passed, he's been nothing but trouble. Constantly fighting and causing issues. He's brought so much chaos to the village. I knew instead of picking up a respectable trade, you were always tagging along with him. My father didn't bring you back here to turn into a layabout. Once you find him, get yourself a real job. The village is short on hands right now. Yes. The village chief caresses his beard and shakes his head. I got it all mapped out. You two might not be sharpest, but you got strength on your side. You'll be our village patrol man. That little black from neighboring Cucumber village is a menace, hoarding the church talisman, refusing to share. Go teach him a lesson, redeem the talisman. Isn't that robbery? You're not the brightest, you've got a sharp tongue. Who mentioned robbery? This is just borrowing. You'll give it back when I retire. Suddenly a faint shouting catches their attention. Their heads sweep around towards the noise. A village is racing towards them, arms flailing, yells cutting through the air well before it gets close. Terrible news! Monsters, they are here! The expression of Ian and village chief immediately turned grim. Where are they? At the barrier on the south side of the village. The village chief gives Ian a firm slap on the shoulder. Go, Ian. You have been eating our food for years. Now is your chance to pay us back. Go on, we'll never forget you. Okay. Rats! As Ian arrives, the horde of monsters is already attacking the barrier. Cracks rapidly spread across its surface. Once these monsters will have been nothing to him, but the fasting wound is in his side, only partially eased by the village sorcerer's sounds, screams with each move. The other squads, mere villagers who are just physically strong, have more courage than skill. Ian darts between breach, slashing one monster and launching it at another, desperately trying to hold the line alone. Eventually the barrier breaks. Ah! Damn! A monster! Oh my god, this is an old rat. A monster breaches the barrier, charging at an elderly villager trying to move. As it seems the old part is doomed, suddenly a loud crash echoes, and energy imbued stone hurls in front of nowhere, striking the monster. Ian is taken aback, unsure of where this unexpected reinforcements appear from. As the smoke from the fierce collision dissipates, a figure emerges beside the tree, casually juggling a stone. A familiar carefree smile graces their face. See, you really can't manage without me. They? Wait, he's alive? What? Huh? He didn't die? Oh. Zero cost? That will be great. We'll do that too. I'm gonna restore elf. Dum, 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 dum. So he's still alive, he wasn't. But how? That's the problem. The rat! Hey, I should have attacked it here. Fuck. Should have done the opposite, damn it. I think this could be good. Okay, arbitrator, let's go again. You fucker. Ah, there you go, asshole. What you thought? That's right. Get the fuck out, idiot. Ian gaps at the figure before him, disbelief and confused swirling within. It's the yet somehow not the he knows. Careful. There hurls a storm which whistles past Ian's ear. A loud bang follows and Ian whirls around the witness. A monster collapses. Its skull shatters as it rolls to a stop on the ground. Stay focused, bro. We still got a lot of trouble on our hands. The monsters are forcing their way through the cracks in the barrier, shoving each other in their ignorance. Day's presence seems to have stirred them up even more. Now is not the time for hesitation. I'll handle the left. Ha! Then the right side is mine. You better keep up, bro. Don't slow me down. We'll see. With a swift slash, he cleaves a monster in two. At the same time, Day's fist crashes through another monster's chest. Day has changed. If he is indeed still Day, Ian sliced through the monster's tentacles with surprise ease, all the while casting a aware glance at Day. He has become stronger, very strong. Though his movements are still a bit awkward, not quite tapping into his full potential. The underlying power is undeniable. How could an ordinary person suddenly transform into someone so powerful in just a few days, as if reborn? It must be because of that peculiar mushroom. What if Ian had been the one tempted to eat the mushroom? The boy before him might already have met his end. Ian falls silent, recalling that his friend's state back then and his own frantic struggle. No, he definitely wants nothing to do with that mushroom, doesn't want to merge with that eerie thing, even if it means gaining strength. Now that he shows no trace of that day's madness, he simply swings his fists, hurls stones, and constantly dodges and weaves as if battle the oncoming monsters. Ian turns his gaze back, flicks his wrist, driving his sword through the monsters before him. He knows he must concentrate on the battle at hand. After a fierce struggle, only one monster remains. This creature, with one eye blinded by a stone thrown by Dai, lets out a long howl. It scrambles onto the roof, casting a glance at you with its remaining eye before abandoning the bodies of its fallen comrades, turning its lips onto the higher branch and vanishing into the jungle. Cheh, I miss it. It got away. Don't chase it. There might be traps. Then I lost to you by one. Damn. Dai's voice tingles with bitterness. Ian remains silent, his gaze fixed on Dai. Why are you staring at me like that? What's with that look? Oh, bet you are stunned by my moves, huh? Haha. Ian doesn't respond, staying silent for a moment before suddenly asking, When did we first meet? Huh? When we were 7 or 8? Why do you ask? Back then, your dad was after you, trying to give you a beating. Oh yeah, just because I took some sacrificial fruit from the church. He was too harsh, really. You whipped my hands pretty bad. Look, here, see? The scar's still there. There he grumples and stretches out his left arm. Ian nods and continues. But you told Ellie from the neighboring village it was a monster fight injury. Damn, how the hell do you know that? Wait, no, I told that to Anna. The challenge of being too popular. Not that Ellie isn't amazing, but I'm more into Anna. Ian stares at his face. You still owe me 1,000 silver shields. What the hell, you are ripping off your own brother? I borrowed less than 100 from you, so how did he turn into 1,000? Unbelievable. This backstabbing weasel outdoes even the village chief in low and sharking. I must have been blind. Keep your damn free meals. This debt is settled. I'm done with you. It really is you after all. What are you talking about? You are acting odd after not seeing me for some time. Without getting caught up in Dai's phrasing, Ian finally lets out a sigh of relief. The person standing before him truly is Dai. Do you realize how long some time has been? Tell me, do you remember what happened after you left Eastertown? Dai scratches his head and rolls his eyes upward, as if he's trying to remember something elusive. All I recall is that on our way back to the village there were big trees, monsters and a glowing mushroom. Yes, a mushroom. Beyond that I'm not sure what happened next. So, how did you make it back to the village? Do you recall anything before you returned? That mushroom. I blinked and suddenly it vanished, and so did you. The forest was in chaos, corpses lying everywhere, as I've slain them, but I have no memories of doing so. I searched for you afterward, but couldn't find you, so I returned to the village. I was hoping you could tell me what exactly happened. Extracting any useful information from Dai seems as an impossible task. Ian sighs inward and says, I have no idea either. It's hard to explain, forget it. Do you feel unwell now? Is there anything wrong with your body? Not at all, I feel fantastic. You just saw it yourself, right? I'm not bragging, but I'm so strong now, damn. Even I'm scared of myself, ha ha ha. Ian furrows his brow, on the verge of asking another question, when a respectful voice suddenly calls out from behind. Lord Dai! My chief, when did you come? Dai leans back surprised as village chief steps closer. Lord Dai, in my humble opinion, it seems the gods have bestowed their blessings upon you. Blessings? Indeed, Lord Dai. Chief, can't you just call him by his name like before? Wait, no, it's working fine. How cool I address Lord Dai by his name? That would be disrespectful. Chief, pay no attention to him. Kid's still wet behind the ears. Please go on. In my humble opinion, my lord, that mushroom you encountered matched precisely the sacred fruit of the divine corpse sought by the church across the lands. As the village chief speaks, he crosses his hands over his chest and raises them towards the sky in a prayerful gesture. Long may be the sacred flesh. Ian and Dai, startled by the chief's strange words, exchange a quick look. Then they straighten up, mirrors the chief's gesture, and together proclaim, Long may the divine corpus. This is the hallowed prayer of the Divine Corpse Church. Since Luva village lies within the church realm of influence, its inhabitants are considered believers from the birth. While casual irreverence might be tolerated privately, any public mention of the church or its holy relics demanded the ritual invocation first. As the final words of the prayer dissolve into the air, Dai excitedly prompts the village chief to continue. Chief, get to the point. Are you saying that mushroom is the fruit of the divine corpse? The village chief nods. Indeed, Lord Dai, the fruit of the divine corpse sends to rescue our world. Yet who knows how many have fallen, where they have landed, or what forms they have assumed. Every month, the district church dispatches emissaries to each village, seeking out any signs of the extraordinary. Those who have mysteriously lost their memories, gone mad, or gained peculiar powers, such occurrence must be reported without delay. 20 years ago in Kokomba village, a girl named Nara consumed a peculiar flower. She lost her memory at first, but when she awoke, anything she touched turned into ice. The church immediately sent people to take her away. Word later reached us that the flower was actually a fruit of the divine corpse, and she was consecrated as a guardian. Her rise brought prosperity to the entire village. That old rascal Little Black got a talisman from the church as a reward. Huh, just sheer dumb luck. The village champ thumbs his cane on the ground in exasperation. It's been 20 years and he's still clinging to this grudge. Ian shakes his head ignorantly. Meanwhile, Day's eyes gleam with excitement. So you mean I'm... Absolutely, Lord Day. You are the chosen one, the says rising star, heaven sent guardian, the first in 2 decades, this humble one's idol, the hope of our entire village. A smile slowly spreads across Day's face, expanding until it nearly stretched from ear to ear. He seems a bit overwhelmed, spinning around, his hands moving between clenching to fists and waving joyfully. Ha 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 ha! I knew it, I'm not just an ordinary person. Ha brother, I'm golden, ha ha! The village chief placed a hand over his chest, his face a mix of pride and caution. Lord Day, please don't forget this humble servant in the future. I will pray for you every day. However, I must ask for your patience. As per the church rules, you'll need to reside in the ceiling house for a few days until the envoy arrives. It's no big deal. Like they say, today's trials are tomorrow's victories. A few days cooped up isn't as bad as when my old man used to ground me for the age. But first I got to do something. Ian? Let's spar. I need to stretch out before I'm stuck inside. Can't let myself get stiff. Ian, caught off guard by the sudden challenge after being ignored, keeps his cool and answers. How ambitious. Wasn't it just last week you were eating dirt? Then he starts cracking his knuckles. Yeah, well, that was that. I've been easy to know right now who's stronger. Don't be a sore loser, bro. Let me have this win. Think of it as my coronation gift. Hey, Chief, step back. I love you too much today to see you get flattened. It will break my heart. The village chief, already multiple steps back, waves his cane like it's a flag. Let's go, Lord Day, let's go! Cut the nonsense, let's do it. Wait, we need to fight against the Dai now? That is considered like a guardian? The rat. See if I can level up. I could have done the move, right? Probably should have done that. Can't do this. Ah, I'm gonna get the card. Fuck. Holy shit, everything is... How the fuck you can even defend that? How the hell can you even defend these? There's no way you can defend against that, that's a lot of damage. What? So what's the point of the armor? How the hell? He has that buff. I don't have cards that debuff. If you don't have cards that debuff, how the hell can you even defeat that? That doesn't even make sense. Look at that. Huh? Why? Why starts 9, 12, 12? Well, it doesn't even make sense. I still think the weak doesn't work. Because it goes to here, reduce damage taken. Like, shouldn't weak increase damage taken? Should be like that, isn't the game doing it the opposite? I think the game is doing the wrong thing. How the fuck he did 30 something damage? What? Something is broken in here. But something is broken in here. It shouldn't be like this. I hate him, so why? It was so close. Give it a break, will you? You've been whining about this for days. Why are you here? Ian stands in front of the ceiling house, holding a glowing lamp and setting a meal tray in the delivery slot. Night's fallen and only a faint light is visible outside. The other side of the slot is pitch black, but Ian knows there's a lamp on the inside, even if the ceiling match keeps him from the seeing. With walls muffling the sound, the voice from the other side comes through a bit fuzzy. Dylan's losing his mind with all your sighing and moaning. He practically begged me to cover his shift. Oh, that Dylan. Standing well for the Lord Day should be an honor and he's slacking off. Just wait until I'm out. I'll show him a thing or two. Don't go overboard. He's just an ordinary guy. He can't take your rough handling. And nobody like him isn't worth my time. I'll let the village chief deal with him. Enough, eat. Ian shoves the meal tray through the slot. Ha! I don't take handouts from my enemies. Your pride's gonna starve you then, last chance. With a quick yank, he pulls the tray inside. Seeing this, Ian chuckles and leans against the wall. Think you could take out the chief's feast meant for me? Not happening. Shut up, will you? All this food and still can't keep your mouth closed. Just another loss. What's the big deal? Ha! Stop reminding me. I was so close to my first win. Just slip it away. Ha! Shut up. Seriously though, I'm this strong I still can't beat you. You're not even human. Could you take down a Forsaker if you really tried? I'm not interested in fighting any Forsakers. Isn't that the Guardian's job anyway? The room goes quiet for a moment before a voice pipes up again. True. Once the church emissary arrives, I'll be tearing apart Forsakers and stomping on monsters. Yes, Lord Day, how impressive. He expects A to brag back, but the other side falls silent. Ian waits, but still nothing. He knocks on the wall. Hey, say something. How many days will it take for this church to reach the village? Day suddenly shifts the topic with a question. 4 or 5 days, I guess? You've been cooped up in that tiny room for 3 days now. If they are fast, they might arrive tomorrow. Silence settles on the other side of the wall, but not for long. Day's voice turns, this time with a trace of uncertainty. Do you think I can really become one of those guardians? Being a guardian, being the pride of the village, sounds pretty heroic, huh? Just check out how thrilled the old village chief is. The girls are gonna go wild for me. If I get lucky and take down a few Forsakers, I'll earn loads of silver shields. I could pay off your debt and you get Anna's father to stop looking down on me. Just imagine that life is amazing. But who knows if I'll even make it to that day. You're right, hunting Forsaker is a guardian job. Once I get to the church, I'll probably join the hunting squad. It's kinda ridiculous, right? I can't even beat you, yet I'm supposed to take on those Forsakers. Haha. Ian pauses for a moment and speaks in a deep voice. Then why have you been showing off lately? I got a bit carried away, really. You saw the expression on that village chief's face, right? That old geezer. Just thinking about it makes me feel amazing, really amazing. Check out all this food. Have you ever eaten like this, Ian? We've never seen such a spread before. No one's ever treated me like this. Lord A, he said. Ha! The laughter slowly fades away. Ian Brown's knits together as he finally gets why they wants to duel him one last time before heading to the ceiling house. Although they seem a maniac, he hadn't completely lost his head to the so-called stroke of luck. Dave falls silent, and Ian doesn't push him, just leans against the wall quietly. After a long pause, Dave finally speaks. I don't want to die. His words almost like a whisper from the walls themselves. Ian lowers his eyes. I'm not that noble. I can't lay down my life on the battlefield for strangers to protect anyone. Someone like me should either drink himself to death or rot in a ditch. What kind of hero am I? He paused and chuckles at himself. Seems like I don't have a choice but to go now. If I don't make it, bro, the church payout is yours. Just make sure to bury me on the hillside west of the village. The girls love bathing in the river there. Ian doesn't fall for the bait, nor he does respond with his usual sarcasm. He eyes the dark delivery slot before tapping on the wall. Listen up, I asked the village chief and he told me that not everyone who comes across the fruit of the divine corpse becomes a guardian. What? Not everyone is qualified to be a guardian. The church will give you a trial. Only those who pass the trial will become the guardians. If you don't pass the trial, they don't give you the guardian's blessings. They won't send you to the battlefield. Then, what will happen to me? I heard they will set you up as a regular servant in the church, or maybe you'll end up as a patrol guard or something like that. You won't see the battlefield, eh? You don't need to face the Forsakers. At worst, you might run into some monsters. Really? Yeah, really. Silence hangs in the air from the other side of the wall. After a moment, Ian catches the sound of a soft sob. He sighs quietly but feels his brow relax. Damn, now you see me at my worst, can't show my face anywhere. You've always been my punching bag. What face is there to lose? You can't even beat me. How is it possible to pass the trial and fight against the Forsakers? I just need time to master my powers, just wait till. By the time you master it, you'll pass the trial. Stop yapping on it before your food gets cold. Alright. Huh? What's this? There's a rustling noise and a rich, intoxicating scent of alcohol drifts from the delivering slot. Whoa, me, damn, but I'm not allowed to drink before the envoy arrives, right? It's not for you to drink now, just keep it safe. Is this from you? You gave this to me? I promise I'll treat you to a drink. My, is this for real? I thought you'd forgotten about that, huh? I don't like owing debts unlike some people. Oh bro, everything's great about you, but you're just annoyingly petty sometimes. I'll pay you back, alright? Somewhere on my pride, such good wine, but I can't drink it, what a shame. You bastard, you know what? Shoving this under my nose knowing that I can't drink it. Even the church trial is kinder than you. I'm not sure about the church rules. Once they show up, we might not get to see each other again. If I didn't give it to you now, there might not be another chance. Ian. Keep it safe, don't sneak a drink now. Bro, I knew you cared about me. Get lost. Easy up. Once I'm gone tomorrow, who knows when we'll meet again. This time, it's Ian who falls silent. He suddenly remembers his own as appear. Could it be related to the mushroom? After hesitate for a moment, Ian finally speaks. Actually, I've run into something these past few days, It's just, come on, since when does Lord Ian got tongue-tied? Spill it out, let your bro here fix it for you. This morning always joking around, making it impossible to have a serious chat. Ian's already finding it hard to open up, and now he climbs up right up. Forget, just ignore what I say. Seriously? I hate it the most when people only say alpha of what they mean to say. Let me guess, is it about girls or money? You're just a kid, barely grown, and you keep everything bottled up. No girls giving you a second glance. So it's got to be about money. You've always been money grabber. But don't worry, bro, you hit jackpot with me. Did I tell you what I'm saving up for? It looks like this chat isn't ending anytime soon. Ian just turns off the lamp and slides down the wall. A muffled thud echoes from the other side of the wall, probably they leaning against it. Ian can't help but grin a little, feeling himself relax. For what? I wanted to study spells at the Church Sorcerer Academy. With my skills I might not be cut as a guard, but becoming a sorcerer, that's doable I guess. I could learn some money, get to eat shit, have loads of kids, and enjoy a drink with you in my free time. Of course I'll have to pay for the drinks. If you are ever strapped for money, just let me know. And if anyone messes with you, I'll have your back in the fight. Look at those dilettante sorcerers in the village, leaving it up, huh? Don't laugh at me for not dreaming big, but that's the kind of life I want. Sounds good to me. Now though, with the fruit of divine corruption I don't have to save up anymore. I'm stronger too. Soon it won't just be you leading the charge. As long as I don't pass that damn trial, I've got nothing to worry about. We've made it, bro. Good times are coming. When I get back, let's drink some meat. It's such a great drink. I want it every day, every single day. In quiet night, they sit on the either side of the wall, chatting on and off until the first hint of dawn. It's daybreak. Talents? Oh, this is always that. I want to save up for over here. Chapter 2. The Bees. Just as Ian said, it's the pill, the screams start up. Last night, he and they ended up chatting straight through till morning, and by the time Ian finally made it home, the sun was already shining. He's not sure if the church envoy is showing up today, and he's already hoping they don't take the away before he gets a chance to say goodbye. Ian plans to catch a quick nap before heading back to stand guard outside the ceiling house, but the scream jolt him awake just as he's dozing off. Instant alert, he rolls out of bed, a wave of distance hitting him. He mutters a curse, grabbing his sword and dashing out the door. Monsters again? Didn't Nova claim he fixed the barrier array? Broken again? He's always going on about the East Barrier countdown. This is what you get. It's always easy to bridge. His work is just plainful awful. Ian grumbles to himself about the village sorcerer, feeling both worried and annoyed, but he keeps moving. Soon he arrives at the village entrance where the screams are coming from. At first glance there are no monsters in sight. Instead he sees a villager on the ground, clutching on blood-soaked neck and convulsing. Another villager kneels beside him, holding the injured and separately shouting for help, with herbs scattering everywhere. Card, what happened? I went to gather herbs with Dylan early this morning. We just got back to the village entrance so we saw Rose coming from the forest covered in blood. She looked like she would be bitten by a monster and was in bad shape. I say I'll go tell Rose's family first and ask Dylan to help her, but then out of nowhere Rose suddenly, she bit Dylan's neck. Where's Rose now? I don't know, she was coming at me, but then she suddenly ran away. Her face, it became terrifying, and she had fangs in her mouth. Are you saying she bit Dylan? Ian and Car turn around, finding the village chief arrived a moment too late, standing there with a few villagers in tow. Chief, move aside, let me see. However, he doesn't kneel or get too close. Instead, he stays back and uses his cane to push Dylan's hair aside, revealing a nasty bloody wound. The villagers gasp sharply, making a hiss sound, while Ian frowns. The village chief top doesn't react at all. Instead, he pokes at the herb packs on Carter's back. Did you pick thorn grass today? Yes. Were you beaten? Have you been carrying the herb packs the whole time? No, I didn't get beaten. Dylan went to help Rose and asked me to hold his herb pack. Who up thought I was so scared that I spilled all the herbs. Thankfully, she ran away. It was terrifying, so terrifying. The village chief face turns to scream. He leans over and whispers something to a burly young guy nearby, whom Ian recognizes as Cian, Chief's eldest son. Once Cian hears the words, he looks just as serious. He signals for a couple of villagers to help out Shaky Cardo, leaving Dylan still sprawled on the ground. As they all scatter, racing off in different directions across the village, they yell, "Hurry, to the shrine!" Watching them running away, Ian feels like he can't catch his breath, like a storm's about to break and a dark cloud hanging over him. Chief, what's going on? Give me your sword. Ian hesitates but doesn't say no. The village chief face is more serious than Ian's ever seen. He takes the cane and hands over the sword. The village chief grips the sword tightly and approaches Dylan, who's still gasping for breath. Ian suddenly gets a bad feeling. Chief! Before he can finish his sword has already pierced Dylan's left chest. His body jerks violently, then goes still. Ian just stands there stunned, not even realize when the cane slips from his grasp. The village chief Swift pulls out the sword, blood gushes from Dylan's chest, splattering the chief's robe with crimson. He doesn't even tremble and calmly tosses the sword back to Ian. Ian catches the sword reflexively. Fresh droplets of bright red human blood, not the blue or green of monsters, fall from the tip. Ian's throat tightens and he is struggling to catch his breath. It's the Unburied. Unburied. Ian repeats the name unconsciously. Those beaten by the Unburied gets infected. At first you can't tell, but soon enough they pass out and turn into more Unburied. It's been almost 20 years since we last saw them. This time they must be after the. Why didn't Seal work on something else? That kid's causing all sorts of trouble, bringing this mess to our village. No matter how much trouble they cause, you won't just kill someone without a second thought or say something so earthless afterward. Ian feels a wave of grief and anger rising up, almost ready to shout, but then he sees the pain and despair in the village chief's eye, and his anger melts into a sigh. Nobody wants to protect the village and its people more than the chief. Nobody should question his choice when things are this dire. For the village's sake, he steps up as the villain. Ian shuts his eyes for a moment. The gruesome image is still fresh, but his mind is slowly getting clearer. What should I do? The village chief gives him a reassuring look, though his eyes hold a mix of emotions. Kill those who have turned into the Unburied, including those who have been beaten. Aim for their hearts, that's their weakest spot. As for the unbeaten, have them go to the shrine. But how can I tell who have been beaten? Bring some thorn grass along. The Unburied and anyone infected by them are scared of it. The shrine's roof and walls are coated with thorn grass shoes, so they can't get inside. Ian stays quiet for a moment. Is there really no way to save someone who's been beaten? No, there isn't. You haven't seen how hopeless those turned by the Unburied can be. My sister, my mother did it to her. That was my own mother, Ian. Can you understand? I just couldn't do it. When I saw her face and because I hesitated, it was all my fault. If only I hesitated then. The village chief's voice echoes like it's from another era, carrying a slight tremor, but it quickly steadies as he brings himself back to the moment. I'm not making the same mistake here. Don't do anything you'll regret. For those who have changed, it is irreparable. Showing them mercy just ends hurting you and everyone else. Ian stays silent, grabs the torn grass, steps back a couple of paces, and then bolts towards the village. Behind him, he hears the chief shout, "Ian, be decisive, end their suffering quickly." Ian clutches the sword, hilt, like he's trying to crush it. Oh shit, like zombies? Oh, we get him again? Do I have... do I still have the same cards? I wonder. Because this is like from zero, right? Probably not. Can go for here for another way to. Whoa! It's the rat! What? Because of that fell that was always doing, what the fuck? That fucking damage of fell. What? What the hell is that? It can make me skip turns? What the fuck is that shit? Like, what broken character boss is this? Like, what the fuck? The body in front of him drops slightly, and he lowers his sword, turning away to avoid the sight. He searches the whole village, and this should be the last one. The village chief was right, even though beaten but not yet transformed into the Umbrella, back away in fear and rage at the sight of torn grass. It speeds up their change and quickens their end. The real challenge isn't finding those tainted by the Umbrella, but what must be done after identifying them. Ian keeps swinging his sword over and over, staring into the eyes of those he faces, eyes full of fear, confusion, and deep sorrow. He sees himself in their gaze, like he's some kind of executioner or grim reaper, a traitor both known and alien. The cold steel doesn't just cut through flesh, it slices away trust and stabs right into Ian's conscience. His heart feels like it's about to break apart. He shuts his eyes, struggling to catch his breath. He's just too tired to wait and now. The sword in his hand feels like it weighs a ton. Fighting blood-soaked battles with monsters till he's exhausted, never left him it swept out. Time seems to drag on forever. But no, it's not over yet. He still needs to check the shrine. Ian starts running towards it, his feet like they are filled with lead. His face feels sticky, but he doesn't want to think about why. The shrine doors and windows are all tightly shut. Ian glances around, seeing nothing suspicious, but then steps up and knocks on the door with two loud bangs. He hears a bit of ruckus going on inside. Someone leans against the door and asks, "Who is it?" "It's me, Ian." The voice goes quiet. A moment later, the nearby window cracks open. A shadow shifts and then window shuts again. Inside, everything is still for a bit before another commotion kicks off, like someone crying out. Ian eyes tightly sealed doors and windows, takes a quick step back. After a while, the door cracks open, and Ian squeezes through. He looks at Ian's face. He sits for a second, then turns back to gently shut the door. "Ian, I've checked the entire village. There should be no more. Chief, don't worry, my father is fine. He's inside with the rest of the village. Those bodies are still lying where they fell. Someone needs to. I know, leave the rest to me. You've done enough." However, instead of moving aside or opening the shrine door, Ian just stands like a brick wall between Ian and the door. The air seems to freeze, both fall silent. Finally, it's still Ian who speaks. "Ian, you can't get inside right now. Many of these villagers saw you killing their relatives with your sword. I thought my father explained the reason, and they get that you did it to save lives. They are not ready to accept it just yet. If you walk in there now, they will freak out." He looks away, giving Ian's shoulder a pat. "I'm sorry, Ian. I know." Cian seems like he's about to say more, but he stops himself. Instead, he rips a big piece of cloth from his shirt and he hands it to Ian. Wipe your face. Ian refuses the cloth. Even without a mirror, he knows full well that what sticky stuff on his face is. Instead, he uses his elbow to scrub at stains on his face. You go inside. I'll circle the barrier and make sure there aren't any monsters lurking around with all this chaos. Cia doesn't insist, just drops his hand and lets out the sign. I'll have Nova and the other sorcerer strain the barrier. Be careful. With that, Cian knocks on the door and enters the shrine. The door closes behind Ian. Ian heads toward the barrier. He finds himself calmer than he imagined. The harsh words you heard earlier felt strangely comforting, making him feel a bit better. At this moment, rather than gratitude, a harsh criticism says him. Reaching the spot where the barrier was busted a few days back, he knows its weakest part. Beyond it, in the forest's shadowy gloom, he spots eerie flickering flames, monster eyes. Just as he thought, without hesitation, Ian crossed the barrier. The rustle of leaves and branch fills the air. One by one, the monster appear from the shadow. A particularly nasty one with a blind eye hangs upside down from a branch, snarling at Ian. He grins back, staring at it. Stay with me this time. He slowly lifts his hand. The blade he holds is stained with bright red blood. Come at me all at once. Don't make me deal with you one by one. Oh, it's that rat. Oh god. Both barriers. Okay, now I can put... I still don't know how you get these. Seriously, still don't know. Upgrade. Probably another one of these. Like that goes to 0. Can do that. Put on these. Heal more. The rat. Wait, this one starts from 0? I didn't know. Easy. Ian lost it, caught it up in a wild frenzied rage. All that pent up anger just explodes, become killing intent, ripping through one monster after another. No strike, no restraint, no mercy. He unleashes his power without holding back, even when he's cut to the bone. This isn't debate, it's like he's burning his very essence, his body, his life, and his soul, burning everything to ash. But then the barrier breaks again, monsters' relentless attacks blast the man-sized hole, with cracks spidering out from the edge. An ogre leaps into the air, its huge hooked claws ready to slam into the cracks, but suddenly it's grabbed by the neck. I say stay with me, didn't you hear me? The ogre lets out a ho-ho sound as he thrashes around, trying to break free, but the grip on it unwielding. With a swift slash of the sword, its body below the neck, claws and all, it slices clean off and sent flying. Ian tosses the monster head to the ground and stands at the barrier's opening, taking a firm sword stance, staring at the monsters. His eyes are a maze of bloodshot veins, hair sticks to his head, and his clothes are soaking in a nasty blend of sweat, blood, and monster goo. Bits of flesh still cling to the sword. All of these make him look nothing like his former self. Compared to the monsters, he seemed more like some demon straight out of hell. The monster, surrounded by a heap of corpses, let out low growls and slowly back away into the forest. Ian maintains his sword stance, tip pointed, eyes fixed on where the monsters disappear. Then out of nowhere he hears this faint rustling from above. He snaps his head up and spots a cloaked figure standing on a fence post. Instinct kicks in and Ian raises his sword across his chest, ready to defend. There is no sound, no breath, nothing to hint at the person's arrival. Ian's totally caught off guard, no clue how long this person's been there. If it weren't for the wind making their cloak flap, he might have missed them entirely. Seeing they have been noticed, the figure gives up their silence. With a gentle push, they float down, landing smoothly and soundly. The figure isn't tall, hidden under a thick cloak that masks their body and face. After lying, they kept quiet, strolling towards Ian without a rush. It's just a normal walk, no threat in sight, yet every step seems to jangle Ian's nerves. This isn't some monster he's facing. To this person, he is not even an opponent, he's like an ant in their way. Knowing there's such a huge gap between them, but not being able to figure out just how big it is, that's desperately hopeless feeling. Cold sweat trickles down Ian's temple. His hands starting to shake, he bites down hard, trying to stop the trembling. Suddenly, he notices he's been backing away. His body feels to fear before his brain catches up, retreating all on its own. At that moment, the forest erupts. The monsters that had backed off suddenly surge forward, roaring as they charge the barrier. The barrier completely shatters. Oh god, again, this guy. He can kill. always same thing. I can kill. If I can kill with that, I get more max health. That's good. Free of this. I don't think I can level up. More max HP with that. You always gain this shit. That guy is so bad. With a tremendous crash, the energy frame bursts into the air, fading away until they are gone. The sharp sound like a snap of string jolts Ian awake as if he's been dreaming. The breeze sorcerer's lifeline, the village last fence. What disappearance means is no further contemplation. Giving up now means losing everything. Between the devil and the deep blue sea, retreat's not an option. Suddenly the constraints binding him like a snake loosened. The despair that froze his blood thaws, and his hand and sword steady. After all, it's just a lowly life. The monsters that break through the barrier charge straight into the village earth. Ian takes 2 quick steps forward and slices the leading monster clean in half with a fierce slash. But the others show no fear, trampling over their fallen comrades. They spread out and press on. Seeing this, Ian lets out a fierce shot. His sword sweeps through the air in a wide arc, sending the advancing monsters flying back across the boundary. Just the cloaked figure doesn't intervene. They neither help nor attack either side, just standing there like a silent spectator. To someone with overwhelming power, what does a beta like this look like? Pathetic, desperate, lovable, not even worth noticing? Maybe they even don't take a glance at them. After all, who but a bored child will go out their way to crush ants just because they are fighting? Even with their lives at stake, it's still just an ant skirmish. The figure doesn't even glance at the chaos, strolling right through Ian's clash with the monsters heading west. Wait, the west side, that's where the ceiling house is. Ian's sun is pinching right the monster's sharp fangs biting into his armor bracer. With the spin's momentum, he swings his sword and the monster clinging to his arm, straight at the figure. Suddenly Ian's vision turns upside down. 1 second Ian's sword is just a hair away from the cloak, the next is flung high into the air and crashed down hard. Everything goes dark as if a thick veil covers his world. His ears buzzing with a sharp hum. Something warm trickles out. His chest feels like it's tearing apart, organs shifting painfully. Air squeezes out from his lungs. He tries to breathe but ends up coughing blood instead. Painful. So painful that he can't even think. All his senses fade, leaving only the agony that fills his entire world. Ian. In his dazed state, Ian hears a voice. Ian. Ian. Someone is calling his name. He can't respond. Even trying to open his eyes sends a fresh wave of unbearable pain through him. Slowly his blurred vision clears, revealing a familiar face. Their mouse is moving while Ian can't hear the words. Why is they here? Wasn't he supposed to be in the ceiling house? Suddenly Ian's pupils shrink. Everything rushes back to him. Why are you out here? He's coming for you. Run! Ian tries desperately to open his eyes wider and attempts to yell, but all that escapes is a feeble, raspy noise. That was close. Glad I made it in time. Run now. Ian tries to lift his arm to push the A away, but his arm just dangles useless, not a finger moving. You are in bad shape, brother. What on earth? Where did you pick up this advanced Forsaker? This one's no joke. Advanced Forsaker? That person is an advanced Forsaker. What the hell are you talking about? You can't handle this. Run, you idiot. Ian wants to shout at him, but Day grips his hand. Suddenly a warm rush of energy flows from Day's palms, easing the pain, and to his surprise some strength returns to his body. Ian stares blank at Day, whose eyebrows arch in response. I haven't been slacking these past few days. Feel like I've gotten stronger? Too bad that Stobok got the handle first. Once I'm done with him, we'll have a proper rematch. As Day speaks, Ian finally feels his hands again. He notices the faint tremor in the palm pressed against his own, his gaze flickering between their joined hands and Day's face. It's nothing, even lashes get pretty battle jitters. Day chuckles, releasing his grip, but Ian catches his hand again. Without a word, Day gives a small tug, slipping free with ease. He then stands, positioning himself between Ian and the distant cloaked figure, completely shielding him. Ian pushed himself up on his arm, his eyes fixed on the broad back. The midday sunlight blazing through Day's hair, shining so brightly it stings Ian's eyes. Don't go! Ian reaches out, trying to grab Day's ankle, but his movement freezes at the voice above him. Run! Ian's fingers grasp at nothing. Time seems to freeze. Where's Day? Where the friend who was just beside him? Is that his head? Why is it flying away from the neck? Was I supposed to hold it? Why is his body still charging forward? Why wouldn't it wait for its set? Ian opens his mouth, but no sound comes out. The headless body stumbles forward a few steps toward the cloaked figure, then drops to his knee. The energy that once enveloped his fragile arms fades away. The arms move a final beat, then fall limp to the side, like a puppet without strings. The severe head hits the dirt. It's like a signal. A font of blood erupts from the neck, painting crimson patterns across the cloak. Amid the rising blood rain, a pair of pure white hands emerge from beneath the cloak, parting it open. Delicate gold bracelets dangle from her slender wrists. She pushes back the hood, letting the cloak slip slowly to the ground, revealing herself. Her head tilts, eyes shut, her pale face bathing in crimson mist, strands of silver grace, hair soaked into a red haze, as if absorbing each and every droplet of blood. Her lashes fluttered like butterfly wings, her face softening into a dreamlike expression, as if drinking the blood like sacred nectar. She lets out a sound that's almost a sigh, lowering her head and opening her eyes, cold and lifeless. A drop of blood lands at the corner of her lips. She flicks out her tongue to gently catch it. So it is the girl that killed? What the hell? Nice, more max HP. Hey, didn't level up. How the fuck I didn't level up? max HP. How many points do I have? 2. I need these to be able to do that. Delete those cards. Wait, that didn't upgrade. What the fuck happened? It's not enough. That sucks, it's not enough to get more max HP. Let's go, arbitrator! Okay, I see. This. We double our armor. Can no longer damage us, because that's a lot. on max HP. And I can put that thing more AP. Ian stares at her grey-haired girl, yes, not even a name. Her figure blurs into the image of the girl from the slave auction, yet now there is no trace of weakness or submission in her. Her pale emotionless face belongs to a statue, not a living being. They stare at each other, as if both staring at the corpse. The girl lifts her hand, curling a finger slightly. The severe head rolls towards its body, as someone stopping at its feet. She bends down, gently lifting the head as if it's fragile treasure, and places it back where it belongs. The spilled blood on the ground comes alive at the moment, oozing from the earth, coalescing into drops and winding streams, following the head as it sinks back into the neck. Not a single drop wasted. Saying that, she leans close to the head and slowly reaches inside, pulling out something. It's an eyeball, one half deep blue, the other blood red, still connected to the skull by a thin thread of blood. She pops it to her mouth like she's biting to juicy fruit. A strand of hair snakes up to wipe the red juice trickling down her chin. In the blink of an eye, her silver hair coils into serpents, twisting and intertwining. Each tip slips open to reveal mouths bristling with needle-thin teeth. They all latch onto the offering in front of them, tearing flesh from bone. Ian's mind is either vacant, void, or chaotic storm of action. His eyes, ears, his whole being can't even make sense of the sights and sounds assaulting him. He's stuck, frozen, can't even gasp of air. For air. It's like he's locked in a living nightmare. The bloody orb, the scattered flesh, the bones. What's all this? Was it a person? Who? They? No, it's not they. They must still be in the ceiling house, keeping that meat. He must be desperate for a taste by now. Why haven't the church people shown up yet? Come on, hurry up and take him away. If they don't show up soon, it's about to be devoured whole. His vision starts blurring. Something wet streaming from his eyes, more and more, like it will never end. Like it can't be stopped. Those formless lumps of flesh and blood, they were his best friend. He doesn't want to admit it. Never, ever. But at that moment, a part of him dies too. He hangs his hand, struggling for breath, trying to stand, but he crumples to the ground. Over and over he attempts to push himself up, only to fall again. His sword is long gone from the earlier fight, but he doesn't care anymore. If he can't walk, he'll crawl. Inch by inch, Ian drags himself toward the devourer. You eat people? Fine. Even if he dies here today, he'll come back as a vengeful spirit to finish her, feast on her flesh in return. The feast is nearly over. Not a single red scrap of flesh remains on the ground, just a thin layer of dust, as if nothing ever happened. The girl swallows the last piece, licking the blood off her fingers. Day's presence in this world is completely gone. Go, die. The voice is raspy and dry, like a saw on stone. Ian finally managed to crawl to the girl's feet, shudders upright like a dying old man, every bone screaming, drenched in blood from crown to soles. The girl doesn't glance his way. Even closing her eyes, the teeth at the tips of her hair disappear, and the silver strands cascade down her shoulders. Yet they still coil around her, like a creature satisfied after a feast, twisting lazily. Ian stares at her, shaking as he raises his fist. It's at this moment that the girl suddenly opens her eyes, her gaze piercing him like an arrow. Huh? He's not deluded enough to think she'll care about this pathetic attempt. It couldn't even graze her sleeve so. Before Ian can turn his head, a flash of crimson leaps high behind him, a powerful fist slicing through the air like a lightning, smashing toward the girl. A cold voice follows. Die, filth! Oh, probably this the girl from that place. Nova or whatever it was. Oh, flame. There we go. Oh wait, do we have two people now with us? That's an interesting one. First play attack carrying blade triggers an extra time. Really? Huh? Oh, attack card, okay. Oh, that's gonna be good. But yeah, okay, it's only on the first time. Okay. Can you copy this? You can copy 2 times, what the fuck? That's insane, you can copy that card. Need to put to +1. Put this one to 1, 2. I don't have money. Nah, I'm not gonna do all the. I could have done it. I could have done it to get more of those. Yes, my max HP. No, no, no. Ian vision blurs as scorching it away from the strike hurls into the thin air. It's the second time he's being sent flying today, but the pain, just like last time, never comes. Instead, a hand supports his back, slowing his fall and steadying his spinning vision. Before Ian can react, he gently set back on the ground, and the hand that rescued him is gone in a flash. Ian immediately tilts to one side. That final punch he threw at the cannibal girl came from pure stubbornness and the last bit of life he had left. But now, after being caught in the scorching heat wave of the fierce attack, his legs give out. He collapsed like a sandcastle, disintegrating. Meanwhile, his arms, which should have been used to defend himself, remain frozen, unable to even make a basic protect gesture. He's on the verge of crashing face first into the ground when that same hand darts out, grabbing his arm and carefully easing him as he slowly slices to the earth. Ian gasps for air, taking a moment to gather himself. His vision clears up and the dizzying spins finally fade away. He forces his eye open to see who's beside him. It's a young woman with sun-kissed skin and short, nearly black hair standing next to him. Unlike the pale, fragile cannibal girl, this girl is agile and athletic. Her long, well-proportioned limbs are rapid in a beautifully toned muscles, exuding strength and resilience. Her vibrant, youthful face is highlighted by large, expressive eyes that shimmer with life, as if she's just stepped out of the sun, radiant vitality. The arm that helped Ian shows off the bracer with the 7-pointed star of the Holy Sword, the symbol of the Divine Corpse Church. The church emissary is finally here, but the one she was supposed to take away is already gone. If only she had arrived sooner, even a little sooner. It eats at him, tears filling his eyes, but the short-haired woman, uninterested in conversation, waits until Ian catches his breath before releasing his arm. She swiftly draws an arc through the air. In a flash, a wall of fire erupts, cutting them off from each other. The firewall glows a pale red, but it gives off no heat. The fire sways and rises like a slow-moving curtain, keeping Ian behind it. Once finished, the woman finally lifts her head and looks ahead. The cannibal girl is nowhere to be seen, just bits of her cloak left flapping in the breeze. The place where she once stood is now a massive crater. Flying debris has sliced a whole section of trees in two, and even the village houses nearby are wrecked by the aftershocks, with doors and windows shattered. The woman snorts, her eyes scanning the forest. Stop hiding like a rat in the gutter. Still hungry? Come here, I got plenty of meat for you. As she speaks, an orange flame bursts from her palm, spiraling swiftly into a fireball, becoming bigger and bigger. She steps back, turns and pitches the fireball straight at the dense canopy of an old tree. Boom! A figure leaps from the shade just as the top of the tree explodes into pieces. The figure spins mid-air, before landing on the other side of the crater. It's the cannibal girl. She drags her legs, half kneeling, one hand on the ground and the other clutching her stomach. Her tangled silver-grey hair snakes wildly around her torso. The coldness in her eyes is now replaced by unmistakable pain, her face twisted in agony. The short-haired woman glares at her opponent, her eyes filled with pure disdain. She tilts her head, stretches her neck and rolls her wrist, small flames flickering to life around her. Is human flesh tasty? You seem to be having some digestion issues. The cannibal girl doesn't reply, her pain-filled eyes now carry a hint of malice. Clutching to her stomach, she grips her clothing tightly and shifts, crawling like a wounded animal to face the woman across the crater. Raw meat can mess up your stomach, let me roast it for you. The moment the words leave her lips, small flames whoosh together around her, creating brilliant crimson tongues of fire. They surge from her limbs and torso, dancing fiercely in the air, wrapping her in a fury battle row. The cannibal girl leans forward, a guttural growl escaping her mouth, her sharp fangs gleaming with a chilling predatory glint. Across from her, the woman bends her knees, her athletic body tense and ready, like a bowstring pulled tight. Spit all out, you damn freak. With that, the fury blaze shoots forward like an arrow. Yeah. Battle. Come on, get more max HP. Oh, there's no more max HP in here, no card, damn it. Can I upgrade? No, 15. Hey, that's not enough. To buy one? Are you kidding with me? Buy fucking one. God damn it. I can lose some HP to get that. Hey, cool, I've got more. Fuck. Is it superior if it is more than one? Like, that's good. Oh, facing her. The hell? It's pretty cool. Oh, but you don't want that. You don't want to lose this then. That's terrible. I did that completely wrong. No, I didn't want to use that, I wanted to use this one. Friend, you cannot damage me, okay? Stop doing that, my man. Holy shit, cards. Just stop. Right, lost. Oh, thank you. Even with a wall of flame between them, Ian's way too close, he might as well be sitting front row far away, don't like anything he's ever seen. In fact, not that scene is the right word, he can barely make out anything. The two men are moving so fast, even the after image blur past him. But he sure feels the impact of their clash. Each collision shakes the ground like a storm tearing through the village. Accompanied by the deafening booms, their fight tears open the ground with cracks and craters. Broken trees, shattered bricks from the village house, and even monster remains go flying, burning as they soar through the air. They are caught in this fierce bait as well, spinning and smashing everything at lightning speed. Before long, the air is nothing but rubble. Is this what the clash between the strongest looks like? When Ian first started hanging around the EE and began practicing martial arts and swordsmanship, the instructor was wandering swordsmen passing through their village. To be a true warrior, you need strength, perception, and intellect. All three are essential. Strength is your combat power, perception is how well you observe your opponent, and intellect is using your brain instead of charging blindly. What separates the strong from the weak are these traits. Perception is just recognizing your opponent's strength, but also your own. It's understanding exactly where and how they are strong. Only amateurs praise bravery without understanding the situation. To master it, you need to judge if your opponent uses flashy moves or raw speed, favors offense or defense, then break down their moves, counter strategy, and anticipate attacks. That's a higher level. If you can pinpoint where your opponent's strength lies, your combat skills hit a dead end. You are just a weakling. Better run, and if you can't even track their moves, just close your eyes and wait for it to be over. You are not even in the same league. Right now, Ian's at that just wait to die stage. If it weren't for the firewall shielding him, you'll probably already be just another piece of debris on the battlefield. This is only the aftermath of destruction, none of the dual ferocious details. Helping out isn't even an option, it's not even worth of being impressed. At first he could guess their positions from the damage to the ground and trees, but as the case ramped up, that became impossible. He's like a blind man with eyes wide open, a pretend spectator to a battle way out of his league. If he really wants revenge, does he have to fight opponents this powerful? A tiny hand can't withstand a giant step, how could it even trip one? Resentment and despair clash inside him, making him hard to breathe. The chaotic battle shifts, drawing closer to the crowd village homes. Ian's heart skips a beat. Are they going to smash through the village and destroy the shrine too? He tries to stand, but as soon as he props himself up, he collapses again, and at this moment the battle ends. No, as it really ended, Ian's not sure, but the clash of air fades, and the debris that had been swirling through the air comes crashing down with sharp cracks, kicking up thick clouds of dust. Who wins or both fall? Ian's heart pounds uncontrollably. He doesn't know the answer, but he can only hope desperately that it isn't the worst outcome. Who left out that such a quiet ordinary village would become the stage of our destruction? A battle that didn't belong here was now designed to village's fate. Before long the dust clears and the figures in the center come into focus. Ian's eyes widen. On the scorched hearth stands the flame-cloaked woman. Blood seeps from small wounds dotting her face and body, yet she stands rigid, clutching fistfuls of cannibal girl's silver grey hair. The cannibal girl kneels, clutching her stomach and groaning in pain. Her hair weaves like a nest of serpents, all tightly gripping the woman's grip. They twisted fiercely, their sharp tips trying to snap at the woman's hand, only to shrink back as flames burst around her fist, driving them into easing retreat. The girl's hair is pulled back, making her head snap upward. Her body tenses as her face twists with sheer malice. Ian lets out a sigh of relief, but his breath catches immediately. Strange black mist, thorn-like, starts creeping from the girl's back. With a swoosh, it wraps around the woman's wrist, and sharp spikes pierce her flesh. Meanwhile, the writhing creature in her hand grows fast, almost slipping from her grip. Gritting her teeth, the woman grips tighter, her voice hollow as she yanks the girl's hair. Throwing her into the air with a powerful swing, she slams the girl down onto the ground. The girl lets out a painful scream and becomes unconscious. But the black mist seems alive. As the woman refuses to let go, it retracts from a dark, sharp blade. With a quick slash, it slices the writhing air in half. The unconscious girl screams once again, her body arching like a fish out of water. The black mist explodes and expands around her, enveloping her in it. The woman, still clutching the girl's hair, is turned backwards, stumbling. When she steadies herself and looks up, the black mist has vanished. The girl is also gone. In her hand, the once writhing air turns soft and lifeless, crumbling into black powder and slipping through her fingers. Damn! The woman curses sharply and leaps onto the top of a tree. This tree, by some stroke of luck, survived the early battle. Its branches are battered, but its trunk stands firm. She bounces on her toes, one hand on the trunk, and raises the other to shield her eyes, scanning the area. After a moment of stillness, with her eyes closed, she suddenly jumps into the forest. The leaves rustle loudly as she vanishes into the undergrowth. The sounds fading into the silence steadily once more. Ian sits there, dazed, unaware of when the firewalls appear. From dawn till now, it's been like a storm tearing through. Sudden and fierce, it crashed in with no warning, destroying everything and leaving chaos behind, disappearing before he even grasps the wreckage. There is no time to react. He probably just dodges death, yet sitting here now, he feels like nothing more than an empty shell. Ian has no idea how long he's been sitting there when a soft rustling catches his attention. He turns his head stiffly to see the villagers behind him. They huddle together, leaning on each other as they slowly approach. They stop at a distance, eyeing Ian warily. Ian opens his mouth slightly but then shuts it. There is nothing to say. Even if they warn, he doesn't have the will to speak. Bro, they come to help. There we go, that's chapter 2. Yeah, what I'll do is I want to. I have 1 point, but this for free. But yeah, so hope you enjoy your gameplay. Like it takes time to get to start, you know, to get to that part, because like the prologue is only to see that, and chapter 1 was still the part of the demo, and then of course chapter 2 is when shit starts to get real, but and battles start to get harder too, and of course you need to upgrade your character, the companions, and then upgrade cars to become stronger and stronger. I still think where is it? Not this, not this. Probably not this one, but which one was it? This one. Like this one, deal 15 damage, upgrade all cards in hand. Like this is a very good one. Like all cards go to 0. You know, like you can use it immediately. You can do a lot of damage immediately from the beginning. Like I think that one is pretty good. So the other ones are a little bit, you know, meh. I still don't know if the weak works correctly or not. I'm gonna be honest, because it says take less damage. No, it should be the enemy take more damage, right? I don't think it works correctly. I wonder. What the hell is this? What is the one? Active skill cooldown reduced by 1. Eh. I still don't know is how you get these ones. Still don't know. Guy. Flame exclusive. I don't know how you got those. But yeah, so if you like this type of games, you can buy the game on Steam. It's already available. And of course, this game has two modes. You can play only story, or you can play story with the roguelike that is on the adventure. You need to click over here to get the visual novel with the roguelike, because if you click over here, it's only visual novel. So yeah, you need to go over here to do it. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time.